This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Cousins shot and killed in Trelawney attack. Investigators attached to the Major Investigation Division in Trelawney are probing the murder of two cousins along Peel Street in Falmouth early this morning. The victims have been identified as Fabian Williams and Chevon Williams, both Masons of Brownstown in St. Anne, but who were residing in Falmouth. It is reported that about 2:30 a.m., the men went to a shop to purchase items and were pounced upon by armed men while returning to a house where they were staying. The gunmen opened fire, hitting the men, and then escaped. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, both men were seen lying along a section of the roadway. They were rushed to the Falmouth hospital, where they were pronounced dead. Fertilizer prices reduced. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Pernell Charles Jr. this morning announced a reduction in the prices of fertilizer. Speaking at a media briefing, Charles Jr. said the prices will go down by up to 4.5% effective today. He did not provide a breakdown for the new price structure for bags of fertilizer. This is the second price reduction in recent weeks. For example, a bag of Green Plus blend in April was $6,140. When the price was reduced in May, it was sold for $5,080. Today, it will go for $4,850 per bag. Teen murder suspect tried to deceive investigator. A police detective on Wednesday told the court that a teenage boy accused of sexual assault and the murder of a 9-year-old girl in June 2018 tried to deceive the police as they carried out their investigations. The boy attempted to pass off as his own his father's wet underwear that had been hanging from a clothesline. The revelation came from a detective constable during the second day of trial in the Westmoreland Circuit Court. The 13-year-old boy is accused of raping, boogering, and killing a 9-year-old girl he knew. As outlined in a post-mortem report in court on Wednesday, she died of asphyxia caused by manual strangulation. She also had lacerations of the vagina and anus. Both the accused and victim are under the age of 18, and their identities as well as some individuals giving testimony and the name of their community are being withheld to protect both minors. During his testimony, the detective told the court that as part of his investigation, he went to the home of the accused and asked for items such as the boy's school uniform, shoes, and underwear. With his father looking on, the boy complied but later tried to deceive the police when asked to present his underwear. The detective told the court that the boy told him he had taken a bath and his underwear was washed and placed on the clothesline. He complied when asked to take the detective to the underwear in question. However, the detective was surprised when he was shown a wet and unusually large underwear. The detective noted that even though the boy was tall and stout, it could not be his. It was bigger than him. The detective then asked the boy to show him other underwear he had and was presented with 4 of similar size. These, he said, were more likely to fit the accused in comparison to the one he had been shown earlier. I became very suspicious of what was shown to me earlier. The underwear that was shown to me earlier outside in comparison to the 4 I saw did not match. So I requested that he take off the underwear that he was wearing, the lawman told the court. He testified that the boy's blue and gray boxer type underclothes had a darkish stain to the front section of the underwear. I became very interested of what I observed on the underwear, and I took possession of it, the detective said, in responding to questions marshaled by Renell Morgan from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. The boy's khaki pants also had a green discoloration to the knee section of both legs, the detective stated. I took possession of it and informed the accused that he is a suspect in the murder of the victim and cautioned him, said the detective. The accused then forcefully retorted, "Me no know nothing about that," the detective said. When later asked if he knew the victim, the boy replied in the affirmative, the detective said from the stand. Earlier in the day, the court had heard testimony from the victim's mother. The prosecution and the defense also agreed to accept the statements of the police and the doctor who did the post-mortem. The 5 statements were then entered into evidence as numbered exhibits. 4 of the exhibits are from the police and the other from a doctor. The case is being heard by Supreme Court Judge Courtney Day. The prosecution is led by Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn, supported by Morgan and Lorian Tugwell. The defense is led by Denley Sadu and supported by Devon Brown. Chang orders probe into how wrong SOE regulations are tabled in Parliament. National Security Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Horace Chang has ordered a probe into the tabling of the wrong regulations for the state of emergency in effect in St. Catherine. The regulations were tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. In a statement Thursday, Dr. Chang said the error is regretted. He said an investigation will be done into how the error occurred. Dr. Chang said the correct regulations, in keeping with the recent court ruling, will be tabled in the House when parliamentarians meet at 2 p.m. Thursday. The regulations will then be brought to the Senate on Friday. The government is being taken to task by the parliamentary opposition after news emerged Wednesday that it tabled the wrong regulations for the state of emergency now in effect in St. Catherine. Spokesperson on Justice Senator Donna Scott Motley on Wednesday night expressed alarm at the follow-up.
Especially after the court declared some of those regulations unconstitutional just Friday. The Parliament was not scheduled to sit on Tuesday, and it was called together for primarily that reason to table those regulations. For the wrong ones to have been tabled, it meant that nobody took any care. Nobody read them before they were tabled. Nobody exercised any kind of caution, and that is appalling in the circumstances.
Court orders police to return books of high school girl held with a gun. A High Court judge on Wednesday ordered that the police return school books that were seized from the 15-year-old girl who was allegedly found with an illegal firearm in her school bag earlier this month. The high school student and her stepfather, a security guard of a Windward Road address in Kingston 16, were arrested and charged with illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition. The gun was reportedly found in the girl's school bag at a vehicle checkpoint in Rockford, Kingston on June 6. When the teenager appeared in court on Wednesday, her attorney Carolyn Reed Cameron made an application for her books to be returned as she needed them to prepare for exams. Justice Anne-Marie Lawrence Granger ordered that the books be returned to the girl, whose bail was extended until June 28. It is alleged that the teenager had given the police conflicting reports about how she came to be in possession of the gun. Body found on Yuaton Road in St. Catherine. The police are at the scene on Yuaton Main Road in St. Catherine, where the body of an unidentified man was found. The body, which has wounds, was discovered by residents in a ditch Thursday morning. The news was informed that a nearby house and a car were also damaged by fire. Investigators believe the incidents are connected. Scores flood cruise industry recruitment drive. Scores of job seekers from across Jamaica have turned up at the Hart College of Beauty Services on Hope Road in St. Andrew for the recruitment drive for the global cruise industry. The exercise is seeking to recruit 10,000 Jamaicans. The line of applicants is stretched as far back as the Jamaica National Bank in Halfway Tree. Some persons were overheard by the news team saying that they had been at the location since 4 a.m. Many of the applicants declined to be interviewed by the news, stating that they were not given permission from their jobs to participate in the recruitment drive. In announcing the initiative, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett stated that the exercise comes at a time when the cruise sector and the tourism by extension are showing signs of growth. He said the recruiting will be handled by the operators of the cruise lines, and the Jamaicans only need to have a clean police record and a clean bill of health. Scores of Jamaicans have been working on the major cruise lines, traveling all over the world for decades. Our workers have distinguished themselves in every department imaginable, and the cruise owners have taken notice. The best is yet to come, because as soon as the cruise sector opens up more, you will see more of our people being recruited, he said at the time. Bartlett said that in recent discussions with cruise officials, Jamaica continues to be a first-choice country as it relates to hiring workers, adding that our work ethic and iconic stature are well known and will always give us that preferential edge anywhere in this region. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.